All right, this is problem 5.7.9, and we're asked to factor, and we have four terms. Remember that when you're factoring, the first thing that you're always doing is looking for a greatest common factor, and we don't have one in this problem, so we can go straight to thinking about how many terms we have. And since we have four terms, we're going to factor by grouping. And so grouping process is we're going to factor out the greatest common factor in each of these groupings. The first group right here, the greatest common factor is c squared. So I'm going to take that out and I'm going to be left with c and minus 16. In the second grouping, the greatest common factor is 4, and since the leading term in that grouping is negative, we'll actually factor out a negative 4. And when I pull that out, then I'm left with c minus 16. Okay, so now we have what I refer to as the magic, because we have a greatest common factor where we didn't in the beginning, but now all of a sudden we do have a greatest common factor, and that's the c minus 16. So I'm going to pull out the c minus 16. We're going to be left with c squared to get this whole term back, this whole term, and then minus 4 to get this term back. Okay, but now in this problem, we actually need to take a look at this right here because this still factors. This is the difference of squares. And so since we can make that fit the difference of squares form, we need to factor that further. This really is the form of c squared minus 2 squared, where in the formula, our a is c and our b is 2, and that's this formula right here. A squared minus b squared equals a minus b times a plus b. Okay. All right, so if we continue to factor that, then the c squared minus 4 is going to factor into c minus 2 and c plus 2. And that's taking our a and our b and plugging that into our formula here. So this would actually be our answer in this problem.